Forex.
Forex day trading.
Turn $1,000 into $10,000 in only 3 trades.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to the Halal versus Haram series. In this series, we aim to cover popular yet controversial topics in the world of business and finance from an Islamic perspective so that we can expose the truth. Halal or haram? There's so many young Muslim entrepreneurs out there who are hustling and grinding day in, day out, but they don't actually stop and think whether what they're doing is actually halal. And in this series, we aim to clear everything up. And today's topic is a very popular one, Forex. So for those of you who don't know, Forex is just short for foreign exchange. It's a type of trading in one particular asset, money. So I might think that the dollar will rise against the pound and I will buy this currency pair, and if it does work out as I predict, then I would have made a profit. So that's just a normal trade, and in theory, there's nothing haram about this, but let's get into the nitty-gritty and look at the actual specifics and the details. Forex is one of the largest global industries, and in 2022 it reported an average daily turnover of $7.5 trillion. So it's clear to see that there's a lot of money in the Forex space. But despite being marketed by all these gurus as a multi-trillion-dollar industry, there's more that meets the eye. The retail Forex market only makes up a tiny 5% of the global Forex industry, and pretty much 99% of traders in the Forex space will lose money or they will significantly underperform the market. So most people are actually in mixed opinions about Forex. Some think it's halal and some think it's haram. There's actually people who believe that all investing is just straight up haram. Now obviously this isn't the case, and we have plenty of different videos out there that debunk this myth. But from those who believe that investing is halal, there are some that say Forex is also halal, and there are also some that say Forex is haram. But why? The reason why people think Forex is halal is because there are a handful of scholars who have said this in the past. Now before you start having a go at me and saying that I'm criticizing scholars, just remember that all of us are humans and we are prone to make mistakes, and we all have our own flaws. There are scholars out there who have large social media followings and they have very loyal audiences, and sometimes they might carelessly make a comment based on their limited understanding and knowledge of the subject, which is more of an opinion, and this might actually contradict the teachings of Islam. Now one of the most common, which I'm sure all of you watching will know, is Mufti Menk. He once stated that Forex is halal.
Forex trading, where I really want to make sure that any money I'm making is halal, without not having any problems down the line. And I was wondering if you can help give me an answer.
So normally what happens is, if you're dealing in the currencies, and the currencies today are looked at as commodities, and one of the reasons, it depends. Obviously, there is difference of opinion. I'm actually letting you know what I believe, okay? So if I'm buying a different currency with this currency, I can do it. I am allowed to deal in currencies and buy and sell and make a little bit of a profit with it, because the value is determined by the market. That's what it is. So the value of it, I'm not too sure exactly how you're dealing, but subhanallah, in general, it is permissible.
But does Mufti Menk actually know what Forex is? I doubt it based on the context of this clip. Now, I've personally been strongly against Forex for many years. I've made many posts and videos across social media debunking why Forex is actually haram. And now we're going to go into the exact reasons as to why. First off, it's an extremely speculative asset which carries unnecessary and excessive risk. Now, this is haram. Something being speculative or risky doesn't automatically make it haram, but when it's excessive and unnecessary, that is what makes it haram. Another reason is the overnight swap fees or interest that you might have to pay when you keep a trade open, and we should all be aware that interest is impermissible. Now you might have come across many Islamic brokerages that claim to remove this element, but don't be fooled. Most of the time they just replace the word interest with admin fees, but this doesn't change anything, because even though it's got a different name, it is still riba, and riba is haram. And there's actually so many allegations out there that have unveiled the fact that these Islamic brokerages have actually paid certain boards and scholars to give them a certificate. Now you see, most of these scammers who tell you that Forex is halal only really talk about those first 2 points, and they try to justify it. They believe that with their expert knowledge and strategies, it eliminates the risk. But that's just a BS marketing trick to basically sell more courses and mentorships. Because the people who actually make serious money from Forex are not going to be on social media, and they're definitely not going to be selling you some sort of course. And the reason why these charlatans believe that these Islamic brokerages are halal is because of the change of interest to admin fees, because they don't understand what riba actually is and they have no idea of the severity of this sin. Now, the reason I'm calling them scammers isn't because they're trying to scam you out of your money, because what they're teaching may actually work. What they're actually scamming you out of is your good deeds. They're encouraging you to go to war against Allah. Now, I want to talk about the reasons and the elements that make Forex haram, which these guys will never talk about. The first of which is trading with leverage or margin trading, both of which are entirely haram. And when it comes to actually making money with Forex, the only way to do that is by using leverage or margin. And you might think, okay, I'm just going to trade without leverage or without margin. That doesn't make it halal. Remember that each reason is just one out of multiple reasons as to why Forex is haram. And you can fool yourself, you can fool the people, but you can never fool Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know you're enjoying the video, but I've got a huge announcement for you. Muslim Millionaires 2.0 is running an exclusive giveaway where you can get the chance to win $100 and free lifetime access to MM 2.0. Not only that, but just before the prices double, we're giving you the chance to lock in the lowest possible prices forever just by using this code at checkout. Check out the description for more information, and let's get back to the video. Now, another important thing to keep in mind is that in Islam, we cannot have a loan and a trade within the same transaction, because this is just another form of riba. And this is exactly what happens in Forex. The Forex platform will lend you money, and with this borrowed money, you can only use it on their platform to make trades. But in order to make these trades with their money, you have to pay transaction fees, and you still have to pay back the full amount of the loan plus interest. So you've basically borrowed money, have to pay extra to only use it on their platform, and then you also have to pay back the loan. This just sounds really complicated, but alhamdulillah, this kind of transaction is not permissible in Islam, and rightfully so. Another thing that's haram in Forex is that you don't actually own anything. Let me explain. A spot transaction is when you buy an asset on the spot and you have physical ownership of it. Now, physical doesn't mean that you can touch it and feel it. It just means that you have full ownership over that asset. But in Forex, this is never the case. Instead, what you're buying is a contract known as a CFD. And these CFDs will track the underlying asset without actually owning said asset. So if you're familiar with the Bitcoin futures ETF, it's literally the same principle. That ETF tracks the performance of Bitcoin without actually holding any Bitcoin. The majority opinion from scholars who have a background of Islamic finance and they actually understand what Forex is and how it works have all said that Forex is completely haram. Now, there are a very, very, very small minority group of scholars who will say it's halal. And from this group, there are even less who are actually credible and knowledgeable enough to be able to speak on such matters in detail. Now, generally speaking, those who believe Forex to be halal are those who think that you're just buying and selling a physical asset, which is money, the same way you would when you're going abroad on holiday and you're exchanging your money into that country's currency. But that is a completely different subject as to what Forex trading is. The Forex trading that the retail investor like me or you would do is completely impermissible. But let's just put the halal versus haram stuff to the side just for a second. And I want to chat to you man to man. The average retail Forex trader loses money. Studies have shown anywhere from 80 to 99% of retail Forex traders are losing money or underperforming the market. And being able to make millions of dollars, which is serious money in Forex, isn't as easy as these gurus will make you believe. So why would you want to trade Forex, which is statistically proven to not make you as much money as you might think, when you could just trade a Sharia compliant asset like stocks, like crypto, or maybe start up your own business, etc, etc. Why would you want to risk your deen for something that is more likely to take your money than to be able to make you money? Sacrificing your deen for the dunya but not even getting the dunya is just retarded, and it's hustling backwards. Forex is clearly haram, but remember, I'm not a scholar, this is not a fatwa, so make sure you're doing extensive research on your own. This is just my opinion based off the facts and the evidence which are publicly available, which you can also find for yourself. If you want to check check out the rest of the Halal versus Haram series, you can do that by subscribing to the channel and heading over to the playlist section where you'll be able to find the rest of the videos. And if there's any other topics that you want to see covered in this series, just drop a comment and inshallah we'll try to get back to all of you. And if you found this video valuable, make sure you like and subscribe for the algorithm, and inshallah we can help more young Muslim entrepreneurs.